Hello everybody, Jake, your resident content cowboy here, Yeehaw, and we are taking a look at Empoleon. A player was allowed to take a look at this Pokemon pre-release. We used to have the public test server for that, but lately they haven't been updating it. However, they have given some creators the ability to look at this. So this is a Japanese creator that has their video dubbed. I'll go ahead and leave a link to this in the description. I just wanted to take a look at this and kind of get a breakdown of it, because I used to do a breakdown right before a Pokemon would release, but we don't get to do that anymore. So let's take a look at this new one right here. Together. Coffee, found it.
Hello everyone, that's it. The other day I went to the Pokemon Company and played with Empoleon, who will be appearing on Friday, September 19th, in advance. This time, I was given special permission, so I'd like to introduce you to Empoleon's performance.
That knockup, by the way, on the Unite move is like honestly ludicrous.
As soon as possible. I will continue to deliver the latest information to you all on this channel in an easy to understand and fast manner. So if you enjoyed this video, please subscribe to the channel and give it a thumbs up. So, first of all, what kind of Pokemon is Empoleon? Its biggest feature is that it is the first special attack fighter in Unite. What's amazing about this is that you can expect an even greater damage increase by pairing it with a Pokemon that reduces the opponent's special attack.
It's a great point, by the way. This is a great guide. That's a great point, by the way. Obviously, you'd run things like Drive Lens on this, right? It being a special attack all-rounder. But if you have, you know, a Sylveon on your team lowering their special defenses, yeah.
Such as Mysterious or Sylveon. Just combining a fighter with a special attack fighter is a good match, and the synergy that comes with it makes it quite a powerful specification. And in terms of performance, it's easier to imagine it as a simplified version of a Mamiya. It combines
I don't know exactly what simplified version of a Mamiya is,
with a shield and a move that can heal while dealing CC to the opponent, making it a great Pokemon that can deal a lot of damage while still being highly durable. Personally, I think it's quite strong in the new environment. So, without further ado, let's explain how to use Empoleon and its moves. First of all, please note that this is a test server content, so please understand that it may be—
They do have the test server over there. What's going on, Japan?
Slightly stronger or weaker when implemented. Empoleon is a Pokemon that evolved into a second stage, starting with Pachama. Incidentally, Pachama was seriously cute, and at level 5, it became Pachama.
I love it. He's like, incidentally, it's super cute.
It evolves into level 7 Empoleon, and its ability remains the same even after evolution, making it a balanced Pokemon. Empoleon's ability is Torrent, which means that a gauge below its HP, called the Torrent gauge, gradually increases after a certain amount of time has passed or by dealing damage to a Pokemon.
Oh, interesting. It just ticks up over time. I didn't notice that in Eevee's footage.
This gauge increases in value when Empoleon's HP falls below a certain percentage.
Okay.
The significance of this gauge is that if you use—
I'm guessing it's like a 20 or 30%, or like 25 or 30% where its HP needs to be.
To move when it is more than half full, it will consume half of the gauge and the move will be greatly strengthened. Incidentally, if it is filled to the max, you will be able to use strengthened moves consecutively. I will explain the effects of this strengthening later, along with the explanations of the moves. For now, remember that the Torrent gauge is very important for Empoleon, and it becomes stronger when it—
Also, that Hollowware is like so dang good.
Is more than half full and when it is filled to the max. It also deals great damage to Pachama and Empoleon's Church, significantly increasing the Torrent gauge. Now let's move on to explaining the moves. Poke, which is learned early on, attacks enemy Pokemon while blinking. The buff for this poke move is that it inflicts a slow effect when it hits the opponent.
Okay, so we've got a dash with a slow.
This is a modest move, so it's not often used as a buff move. And Water Gun, like the Water Gun used by Empoleon.
Looks like it has good secure, by the way. 600 damage from a level 1. Obviously, we don't know like what it's going to come into the game. Is a move that deals massive damage to the Pokemon in front. Since this dealt a lot of damage, I think it would be incredibly strong to place Empoleon on the upper and lower routes and have it go for the last hit. Yeah,
Since the buff for this move increases the amount of damage, you should mainly use the buff for Water Gun in the early game, and when it reaches level 5, it forgets about what to do and learns Metal Claw or Aqua Jet. First up is Metal Claw. This move targets a specific Pokemon and jumps on it to deal damage. It can also inflict a short CC effect in addition to jumping on it, so of course it can be used to defeat the opposing fighter, but it can also be used to catch and defeat a Magian or Speed-type Pokemon behind the opponent. When this move is buffed, it gains a shield when used, making it incredibly strong, and it is also immune to the Curse debuff effect, making it incredibly strong. At level
Yeah, that's an interesting take, right? I mean, obviously, curse items, you know, anything with healing is going to be reduced, but it doesn't do anything to shields, right? So having an increased torrent gauge gives you a shield when you engage with this.
11, Oil Metal Claw Plus strengthens this shield effect. And when you reach level 7, you can use Yushio or Hydro Cannon. First, I'll explain Yushio in combination with Metal Claw. Using this move will stop you, but it will deal damage to nearby Pokemon while negating interruption.
Oh, interesting that it stops you, so you can't cast this while running.
And it will also restore your own HP.
Huh.
When an opposing Pokemon targets you, you can use Yushio to make a judgment while negating interruption, or you can use a combo where you jump on the opponent with Metal Claw and then use Yushio to deal damage.
Oh yeah, so
you're
unstoppable when you use it, huh?
Metal Claw and then use Yushio to deal damage. The move itself is very powerful, so it seems like there will be a lot of new ways to use it. The buffs for this move increase the amount of recovery, create a CC effect on the surrounding vortex, and even slash the opposing Pokemon after the vortex ends, dealing damage. This buff is honestly pretty amazing.
Yeah, I was about to say, is that
on the opponent with Metal
it's
Claw
a knock, so it gives you a knock-up and HP recovery on the sorry, not the plus version, but the torrent version, or was it torrent and plus?
Gating interruption, or you can use a combo where you jump on the opponent with Metal Claw and then use Yushio to deal damage. The move itself is very powerful, so it seems like there will be a lot of new ways to use it. The buffs for this move increase the amount of recovery, create a CC effect on the surrounding vortex, and even slash the opposing Pokemon after the vortex ends, dealing damage.
Dang, that is honestly really pretty amazing. Strong.
Of course, you can use it for reversals, but if you use this arm to CC after dealing CC with Metal Claw...
Look at that! You dash in as long as your gauge is like... So either you need a full gauge or you need to be close to your gauge, and then look at that dash right into a knockup. That's crazy.
Safely trade damage while catching the opposing Pokemon. Yushio Plus, which you can learn at level 13, has a simple effect of increasing the damage dealt by the vortex. Okay. Next is Aqua Jet. Using this move allows you to blink, and if it hits a Pokemon, it will deal damage and increase your attack speed for a short while. It's a very simple effect, isn't it? When this move is powered up, it will have the effect of lowering the opponent's Pokemon's special attack. Compared to Metal Claw, this move doesn't have a shield or CC effect, so it seems like it will focus on avoiding skills rather than aggressively fighting as a fighter.
Yeah, I mean, obviously attack speed increase will be good for crit-based builds, auto-attack-based builds, right? And the interesting effect of lowering their special attack, I mean, you would kind of be specifically set up to hunt down special attackers on the other side. It could be really cool.
The wait time for the move will be shortened when you reach Aqua Jet Plus at level 11. Next is Hydro Cannon. This move is interesting because it launches a long-range attack in the designated direction, dealing massive damage and CC effects if it hits the opponent. It deals 1800 damage even though it's level 9, and it also heals as much as a targeted Intello, so I think it's a pretty strong move. When this move is powered up, a whirlpool will appear after it hits, dealing continuous damage to Pokemon within range. Also, if Empoleon is on top of this whirlpool, it will recover HP. So it looks like you'll be able to hit it with Hydro Cannon, get close with Aqua Jet, heal it, and then fight in close combat. Hydro Cannon Plus, which you learn at level 13, will reduce the wait time for this move by 1 second if it hits the opponent's Pokemon. Finally, a Night move. This move has a really unique quirk, but it moves in a specified direction at high speed until it reaches the end, or if the enemy hits a wall, it creates a vortex around itself.
We've got Talonflame 2.0 here, by the way. Get ready to hit a lot of walls.
Itself does no damage, but it has a slow effect and makes it easier for the user to fill up the user's torrent gauge. Also, while this move is difficult to use, it can launch the enemy into the air for a long time if it hits them. However, this launch effect only works on a single Pokemon and does not hit multiple Pokemon.
Okay.
It's difficult, but it's really fun when it works, so please practice and use it when it's implemented. That's all for the explanation of Empeater. If this explanation makes you want to use Empeater, please subscribe to the channel and give it a thumbs up. From here on, I'll show you some footage of an actual match where I used it, so you can see whether Empeater is actually strong or not. Well, let me just say it was incredibly strong. I played with former team members Cal, Hui, and Neko. Now, let's get started on the match. Yes, let's take a look at the match. Empeater is a fighter similar to a Maju, so I felt that Do Anything was its strongest item. And as for items, I'll equip it with the same 8 rolls of focus as a Maho, and instead of the heavy dumbbells, I'll equip it with the attack blasts and dry bleeding. Also, since this is a test server, I'm not using metals, so think of it as firepower when there are no metals. I'll be using it on the upper route this time, but I think it's a convenient Pokemon that can be used on any of the upper, central, or lower routes.
Yeah, it
Well,
feels
since
like
it's
you
an
could
evolved
definitely
Pokemon,
play
it's
it
definitely
anywhere.
possible to use it on the central route. So let's see if it can be used in the cemetery.
They're gonna go for an early stack.
Well, since there are bots on the opposing team this time, and there aren't many enemies, let's equip it with the attack glasses. Did you see that just now, everyone? The damage from the water gun is insane. It's almost like Empoleon's water gun, and it deals a lot of damage.
Yeah, it is
so
like
I think it's
Empoleon's
actually
water.
quite
All the
useful.
water guns are great secures.
It might be best to use it on the lower route in particular. Up until now, when my opponent used a shining build, I've countered by taking Amarage on the lower route, but now I can unexpectedly bring out Empole as a lower counter, so I have a feeling it'll be a big hit in tournaments and even in the upper ranks.
Going with Metal Claw. Metal Claw
It's not
feels
that weak,
like it'll
even
be
though
really
it's an
good.
evolved Pokemon
That
in the
shield
early game,
seems
and it's a
chunky.
tough fighter that can deal special damage, so I think it's easy to differentiate from other Pokemon. So, I was able to successfully try out the attack glasses on the Weru route and evolve it into Pokemon Heart. Now, let's learn Metal Claw.
You got
Metal
crit
Claw
at
can't
level.
evade
It looks
enemy
like you start
skills,
getting crit
but it's
at
a
level.
sure hit attack that sticks to enemies, so that's what
was
makes
it,
it so
5?
strong. Especially with Regidra 5000, Metal Claw has the power to deal CC to enemies if it hits, and you can use Water Gun to keep them at bay, and if they get complacent, you can use Metal Claw to stick to them.
Yeah,
I
this
think
looks
it's a
like the
very
most
useful
exciting
move.
build,
From here on
right?
out, everyone wants to see the battle as soon as possible, so let's rush over to Pei's place and hit him with the Metal Claw Ushi combo.
They both are
Personally,
running
I think the
Comfey.
Pokemon that works
They're
well
both
with this are
playing
those that
Comfey,
already have Recovery and
Empoleon.
Shield, so I don't think we need that many support Pokemon. I think the Pokemon that works really well with this are the mysterious Happiny, which nullifies CC effects, and the weather this time.
They're saying Blissey would
After
be
all,
really good with
since
this.
Uzushi is a
with,
move that damages surrounding Pokemon, the combo
Safeguard.
of using Angel's Kiss to draw them in and then using Ushi language to damage everyone was insane. To put it simply, you can use it in the same way as Horde Zeraora, so I think that's what makes it
I just want to
such
see
a
the Unite move
try
here.
and
We
help
kind of
use
got the
it
gist
quite
of it. I kind of
strong.
just wanted
Easily
a,
win
an
without healing
explainer on the
because she has a
moveset
shield.
to see what they thought of it.
This
This
is
looks
bad.
like the
Honestly,
moveset to
I wanted
me,
to
but
use it as
that
a
other
move,
move did
but
seem
since
pretty
everyone
powerful.
wanted to see it, I tried it.
Dang, that Unite looks
launches the
sick. It
opponent
looks
like
like it's
this,
going to be
but
hard to
it's-
hit with that Unite, but it does look very cool. I'll leave the link in the description to the rest of this video, obviously. I just wanted to go through the moves with you. It does look like this is something you could stack on, but at the same time, I feel like you might not need to. It does look quite powerful even without stacking, so maybe only one of the stacking items, either the specs or the drive lens, but you're kind of playing this like Zarina. I think that's the Pokemon they're talking about here. But very cool stuff. Thank you all for watching. Thank you for listening. Not jealous at all that I don't get to participate in stuff like this, but there you go. Love you. See you all next time. Hey, John Pokemon? Yeah, it's me, Jake. The content cowboy. What do you mean you don't know who I am? What do you mean I'm irrelevant? What do you mean you're hanging up? You hung up. He's probably busy.